Well, one Teesside tech company, CyberWhite, said that the Northeast is becoming a centre of excellence for tech firms, particularly in the boho sector of Middlesbrough, and is perfectly positioned to help real James Bonds. A little earlier, I was speaking to Matt Hewison from CyberWhite, who told me how they can help.
In terms of how we can help, I think there's a lot of things that we can do. I think that there is an abundance of expertise in the Northeast, certainly around cybersecurity and technology. But I think what we probably need to examine first is exactly where these threats are coming from and what China's up to, really.
It's interesting, isn't it? Particularly when the chief of MI6 comes out and says this. Just if anybody doesn't know about your company, tell us, Matt, what does CyberWhite do?
CyberWhite are cybersecurity specialists. We work on a business-to-business model, and we talk to our clients around cybersecurity by the context of risk. We work with businesses to understand what their overall risks are, how that aligns with their business drivers, and then we try to enable organisations to put cybersecurity at the forefront of their business. So if we get ourselves into a place where the business is able to communicate cybersecurity awareness from a company-wide or global level, we're in a really good place because we've enabled that business to create a cybersecurity culture, which then falls down to the employees, who are then extremely well educated in the risks of cybersecurity. And that then in turn enables those employees to go off and to have a skill set within cybersecurity on an individual and a home level.
How seriously then, Matt, should we take cyber threats, certainly of this nature? You know, when you hear the chief of MI6 come out and say these kind of things,
it is a bit of a concern, but I think we've got to put it into the relevant context. If you look and see what China have been up to recently, and just try to understand what that means for us on an international level and also then obviously a local level. China challenge to technology dominance has been focusing a short list of key areas. And those have been mainly linked to infrastructure, but include mobile technology, electric vehicles, surveillance technologies, drones, etc., etc. But also there has been a focus on information and mass information around security services. And this is all related to harvesting data. And for me, the concern is the potential use of that from a nefarious perspective, and maybe not as much of a sinister perspective, but trying to use that for economical and political gain.
Yeah.
Now that's clearly at an international level, but really the threat of cybersecurity from a local and regional level, and even an individual level, Scott, is just as important. Every time we buy a smartphone, that smartphone is on a particular technology platform, and some of those platforms, for example, pose different risks to others. Some are inherently secure, like your iOS app, but unfortunately, Android is a platform which is less secure. So yes, because the digital landscape is changing with modern life, I don't see these issues going away. I see them to be on the increase, if anything else. I think it's a race to stay in front of the bad guys, Scott, really. There's a saying that we say in technology, and certainly in my business, we've got to be at the forefront of innovation and technology, because, you know what, if we're not, we'll become a dinosaur overnight. That's how dynamic this industry is.